everyone, welcome back. It's already year end, so just want to actually share some how do I manage time to work full time for a company 9 to 5 and also taking part time course at the college, 2 course per semester. I have been like doing that for like 1 year already, and it's quite a challenging experience, but it's gave me a really good outcome so that I would be able to have a lot of requisite course to apply for my master. So I'm gonna share that experience. So when you watch my video starting from 2023 this year, I go back to Seneca College, and it's actually my first semester. I don't know what to expect, and I don't know if like I can keep up with like school work and also a full-time job. It's like working in Toronto, taking a lot of time to go to the office, and also like a bunch of shitty things happening outside of your work life as anyways too. So I just like why not, why do I have to think so much, just like go for it and just taking a course and see how it goes. So like in the morning, I'm still like working fully remotely at the moment. Like sometimes I go to the office, but it's not actually a requirement, so it gives me a lot of free time from the commute every single day. It's stressful to commute in Toronto to the workplace, like an hour or two, and it actually helped me to save a lot of time. And I actually take 2 courses per semester, and some of the courses like Java, Big Data, and introduction to all of those JavaScript and database. I took around 10 courses already. It is really helpful for me to actually learn how to manage my time. For example, like in the morning, I would say like I'm working normally because work is stressful too, right? You have to make a timetable, especially the calendars in the Google. I would make sure like starting the first semester, I would write down on the deadline for my assignments, especially for like big midterm or like weekly assignment. I note it all down to make sure I don't miss the deadline, because when you get busy, you can either, if you're not working full-time as me, you're working part-time as a student, you might forget things here and there. So the best is to just write down all of things you have to finish. I mean, you can skip assignments and not study well, but it's a good way to do it. So after I have that write down, I actually know clearly what I need to be done for the week. So if a week is really busy, I would try to do all of the assignments on the weekend. Like Sunday and Saturday, I don't have to work, right? So I would do all of the assignments. It takes a while to finish all of the assignments because computer science course is really hard to, in my opinion. Well, obviously it's not as hard as university, but it's still like you have to put in time and effort, and sometimes there's group work as well. So I have 10 assignments for this semester, which is crazy. The second thing I would suggest is to look at your daily activities. How do you normally spend your time? If you are like an early bird, you tend to finish everything in the morning, so you can basically finish the school tasks in the morning. You don't have to necessarily like spend 3-4 hours study one at a time, but then you can just like use your 1 hour or 2 hours or even like 30 minutes just to read through. Is that the content of university course? Is that important, or is it hard, or should you spend more time that week? So per week I have 2 courses which take me around 6 hours to finish lecture course. You know what I mean? Like after work, I'm just really tired, and my course is start at 6 p.m. until like 9 or even 10, depends on the depth of the lectures. And trust me, I feel really sleepy. And one of my friend posting Facebook, Instagram posts going here and there, I have to sit here and just listen to all of those lectures. How to add a table to the database, something like that. But you got what you pay for it, right? So just put in the work. So after I have taken the lecture course, I read it on the weekend. Well, if there's an exam week, obviously I have to put more hours, like maybe 6 or 7 hours if it's the exam week, and assignments case wise too. And one thing you have to remember, like you have to sacrifice a little bit of your party life. It's like Friday. Sometimes like I have assignment on Friday and like I have to skip all of the event. Depends on what grade that you want. So basically, because I want to apply for my master as well, so I have to keep all my grade really high. I'm checking here. Let me see my grade for my all semester. So my first course, Introduction to C, is really hard. I'm not proficient in C at all, so it looked really new to me, so I got a C on that. It's okay. Then move to the next other semester. I know how intense the coursework is, so I try to put a little bit more time in it. So to get an A or a B plus to all of my courses until now for a year, which when I have a full-time job, because sometimes I have to work overtime. And I think that is quite an achievement if you can do it. I'm working full-time 40 hours a week. I don't have any more spare time, but indeed you do have a lot if you're actually willing to put in time. Just save the party for later. If you have a lot of commitment to your job, you can tell your supervisor, is there any like flexible to reduce your work hours, and so you can take courses after work. So I think like in computer science, 2023 is not a good year. Either you are just graduated. I might make another video about the job market this year. In my opinion, I think it's not like everyone. I don't want to say bad thing, but it's really a bad market for people who just graduate from university as well. And definitely check it out. Especially, I'm not from a big tech company, so what I'm saying is maybe really according to your level of expertise. Just as because we are students, and we just try to look for new opportunities sometime here and there. So it's a good opportunity for you to understand other people perspective. Just come back to the study as well. So it depends on your grade that you want. If you want to get like a B or like C, I like you can spend less time studying. But whenever I want to learn something seriously, I like want to get an A or an B. So that is when I try to commit to a certain time. I do love partying. I just go out with friends a lot, but when there's serious thing I need to do, I just have to stop everything and continue back to my grind studying. So I have this letter, I just print it out. Maybe like hustle, meaning, what is the meaning of it? Sometimes necessary, sometimes overrated. When done too much often without any rest, it can lead to burnout and more frequent outbursts. Indeed, if you like study full-time or like study part-time and you work at the same time, it drives you nuts. You don't have any personal time. But that is the majority of international do here in Canada as anyway. You need to have a living and then you go to school. But it's good for your future because you know how money is worth it instead of like just use your parents' money, which is okay. But then sometimes like if you come from like a developing country, then I think there's currency is worth less than Canadian dollars, so it is useful to work and get a little bit of experience to just test the market, how it's like and how hard you have to work for your future interview or just like regular skill set, because your communication skill speaks a lot of who you are during the interview rather than your technical skill as well. Trust me, if you would be able to gain a lot of communication skill when you're in school, especially if English is your first language, then it's really useful to try to communicate a lot in English but not your native language, which help you in the future just crush interview, because sometimes like your degree doesn't matter when you look for a job. Like so balancing everything at the same time is tiring, but I think you know the math behind everything, right? Know your body as well, because if your body feeling extremely stressed, you don't go out, you don't hang out, but then you like constantly feeling burned out, which means like you feel tired and fatigued and you don't want to do anything. Or you do something but it's not so effective. What is the time you need a rest day? You don't have to work. And if you can like have one day of the week or one bi-weekly, one day doing nothing, just spend time for yourself, either go out or like doing grocery shopping, just like don't think about work and school. It will help you to refresh your mind. Just for I also have to go to the gym every day to keep in shape, but like I try to use half of the Sunday or like half Saturday to do nothing. Like I don't have to write the test or I don't have to think about work. It's helped me to refresh a lot about my mental health, because mental health in Canada or like in winter time is pretty important for your well-being. So just don't burn yourself out until at the point that you cannot go back. And it's, if your mental health suffer a lot, meaning your physical health also get impact as well. So take care of your I use this oily things. When I get sick, if my voice today is like I'm already get sick for like a month of traveling, and I have that video later. What is my experience like 1 month taking courses not in Canada? So yeah, so these are like 3 big advice for me. But also I'm pretty sure if you know your ability, I see a lot of like influencer just tell you to like write Notion and like you have to do ABC here and there and check. I think like in real life people don't do that, or at least for me. If you ask me to write like sticky note and like say I have to completely finish this assignment or like A, B. If you look at my assignments, it's the week is horrible. I have to finish it, but sometimes I just take a few more days before the deadline to finish it. So be realistic with your goal instead of just like put a ton of sticker note on your table and stress yourself out. I would tell everyone is to know your balance and try to exercise if you can. Prolonged sitting is another bad habit killing yourself. I sit here talking to you, but I try to make sure I go to the gym. I have a good health to like have a lot of energy to do things that I like in life. I hope you have a great New Year Eve with your friends, families, or even just by yourself alone. You are really doing great if you learn about how to manage your time accordingly, and wish you the best for the new year. And I will try to post a lot more productive video about life and college life, and maybe see ya. Bye bye.